Bear me 1 second. Shalom, shalom. Trying to get this phone. All right. All right. Phone act up. Shalom, shalom. It's gonna be a quick one. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and others, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing his word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right. And it's going to be a quick one because my laptop has low battery power and I'm reading my scriptures off of here. But we're going to deal with something I just saw yesterday and today, as you're probably seeing on the screen. Smelly vagina is a curse on you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women, man. All right, and I'm gonna prove it through the scriptures. And I found a new word, yesterday that kind of had me chuckling because it's no end to Eve's inability to take accountability in any fashion, and when I say Eve, I'm mainly talking about you so-called Negro women, specifically, down to you Latin and Native American women as well. But as yesterday I saw, there was this wax lady, and if you're on Twitter, you might have saw this as well. But lady, an esthetician or a wax lady, women that go get their, vaginas, or their below their bikini lines and so on and so forth waxed. Okay, and she was basically pissed off. She was pissed off, and she was going into the fact of how, women come into her business to get the service that she offers and be smelling like bikini bottom, right? If you know anything about so-called Negro women so-called black women on the internet, you can't do anything. You can't call them out on anything. You can't tell them where their errors are, where they went wrong in any way, shape, or form. So, make a long story short, because like I said, this is not going to be a long one. This woman said that she was smell shaming. And when I tell you, that left me so perplexed yesterday, because I'm like, wow, smell shaming. That was a first. Smell shaming. That the woman was smell shaming the woman and that it was unprofessional, right? And then I just saw the picture that you're seeing on the screen as the thumbnail about everybody else that saw that as well and was like perplexed at the idea of smell shaming. And of course, Eve is always going to use whatever excuse to get the fire off of her back. It's always, men are nasty and men throw off a pH and this, that, and the third and blah, 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 and this, that, and yada, yada, yada. And granted, some of that is true. But the truth of the matter is that is a distinctive curse on you women, man. All right? Now, let me get to the scriptures, right? This is a book of Isaiah. Hold on, let me pull up another one, because I'm gonna get different translations of this through. All right, let's go to the King James first. Smell shaming. Can you believe that? It's Isaiah 3. And we're going to start at 16. And it says, moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion, who are the daughters of Zion? You Israelite women, you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women, because the daughters of Zion, because Zion is another term or a title for Israel, all right, are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkle with their feet. See, it's a known fact that at the end of the day, can nobody walk like a so-called Negro woman, like a so-called Latino woman, so-called Native American woman, an Israelite woman. When they walk and they get to going, that stride it'll mesmerize you. Okay. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and this is why the so-called Negro woman is the number one consumer of hair products in the world. You know, making Moab in these hair stores billionaires. Billions of dollars get spent every year in hair products and hair extensions and wigs. You know, I even heard this woman on a video this morning as well, talking about when you get these wigs or these hairs, you need to pray over it. And she was like, whatever God you pray in, you need to pray that it removes whatever demons from the hair. And I was like, this is crazy. Okay? Because why? As the scriptures say, I'm not going to get it for time's sake. Scriptures say that what? The glory of a woman is her hair. So the one thing that the Lord, just as much as the Lord got us good, the Israelite men, by basically making our women dishonorable, the Lord did the same thing with our women by taking away the things that you glorify yourself in. Okay? And you could come again with all the arguments of, well, my hair grow and this, that, and the third. It does not grow the same as the other nations. It does not grow the same as the so-called Chinese, the so-called Japanese. Hell, it doesn't even grow like some Hamitic, some African nations. It doesn't grow like the Arab woman. It doesn't grow like the Hawaiian woman. It doesn't grow like that. And that's just this according to the scriptures. Now, are there some women of the nation of Israel who hair actually grows and so on and so forth? Sure, yes. But on average, or not even average, the majority, cut your hair off right now and see how where you be at next year. That same Chinese woman, that same East Indian woman, she could cut all her hair off, shave it bald on January the 1st. And by January the 1st the following year, it'll be as if she didn't even cut it. You can't do the same. You cannot cut your hair to a brush level and it be down to your ass in a matter of 12 months because the Lord made it that way. Okay. And it says, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. And in the day of the Lord, and in that day will the Lord, oh, I already read that. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and their round tires like the moon, and the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers and the bonnets and the ornaments on the leg and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings and the rings and the nose rings. Because see, these are all things, and I was speaking to my rib earlier about this. See, what Eve do, so-called what women in general do, especially the black woman. This is why when you watch these different YouTube or these podcasters and they'll ask a woman to rate herself, well, what do you rate yourself? And you looking at it from a like, this woman is through. But then she'll come out of her mouth and be like, I'm a 10. Because see how women look at it is women look at, I have all these things. A woman at her base could be a 4, right? But if she got her lashes done, her hair done, belly button pierced, weave down her ass, lashes, whatever, these accessories she views from a point that it makes her a 10. That's where they get that thought process. So the Lord is going to take all of these things away in the days to come. Because why? These are the things that give women this this amplified viewpoint of pride. Women, a lot of women's pride is based in the things that they have and wear. It's not what they know and what they do and their man. Their pride is within the ornaments, the earrings, the BBLs, all of this extra shit. That's where their pride comes from. All right, not their man. Because every time a woman looks up, she's like, these women of today believe that they're actually better than their men. Okay. Now, reading on, and it says the changeable suits of apparel, see their clothes, all right, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. And it shall come to pass, here's the point, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of a well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a girdle of sackcloth. And burning instead of beauty. And see, and that's why our women, black women as a whole, are the leading women of the nation, in the nation of America, leading the nation in obesity. Okay, that's the so-called black woman leads that. When you go out and about, it's nothing rare to see a overweight woman. That's why Lizzo is now considered the standard, the beauty standard. Just recently, she's considered the standard of beauty because that's the way that the standard of how our women come. Our women are the leaders of obesity. There's no argument there. And then the argument will be coming from the woman that when you say these things, well, what does your mother look like? Is your mother overweight? Are you acting like your mother? Again, majority of you all are overweight. That's why Kevin Samuels was praised when he died, because he was calling our women out on basically being fat asses, being built like linebackers. Okay, it is what it is. All right, I'm 6'2", 6'3", between 6'2" and 6'3", and I weigh about 180 pounds. But most women outweigh me. Most women are a solid 220, 250, and that's on a light end. Okay, because of the scriptures. All right, but they'll make 1,000 excuses to every last one of these things. They'll make 1,000 excuses to why they're bald. They'll make 1,000 excuses to that stench. They'll make 1,000 excuses to their shape. Okay, now I want to get this in another version, just to show you how the scriptures. Like I said, this is going to be a quick one. But I thought this was kind of funny when I looked it up, which is not funny, but it's humorous. All right, bear me 1 second. This is the BBE version, the Basic Bible Edition. All right, this is a basic BBE version. It's Isaiah 3:24. And remember it said, now this is what it says in the BBE version. It says, and in the place of sweet spices will be an evil smell. Because see, at one point, before this was put on our women, we had a culture. See, within our culture, we're very much so into fragrances. We're very much so into essential oils and different oils. Okay, how about this? Our women bathe. Okay, that's another tradition of the Israelites. See, the other nation women, again, Esau, we were talking about this the other night. The so-called white man and woman and child are known for not bathing. They are filthy people. Okay, that's why the tradition of weddings, of the bouquet, right? If you understand the tradition of the bouquet, or why they would carry the bouquet, I remember a so-called white woman told me this years ago. They would walk down the aisle with the bouquet to mask the fact that they actually stunk, that they smelt like shit. That's where the bouquet comes from. The tradition of wearing or carrying a bouquet down the aisle is to mask the fact that your ass stink. Okay. All right. Hey, Shalom. My phone is down, so I can't necessarily see the comments. But Shalom to all the people tuning in, brothers. Shalom to the brothers and sisters. But that's the point of the bouquet. Okay, so they're known for being a smelly people. They brag about not washing their ass. See, in our tradition, the law tells us that we're supposed to bathe. If you and your woman, see, beyond just working, see, think about it. If you working as a man, you're gonna bathe just to get the day off of you. You know, from working in the field, you're gonna bathe and wash to get that stench off, the smell of sweating. If you bathe and then you go home and you deal with your woman, and when I mean deal, you have sex with your woman, right? And this goes for the woman as well. The man and the woman have sex with each other. You're supposed to bathe. You're supposed to bathe immediately through according to the law, and wash those sheets. Wash anything that the compilation or your semen or whatever the all of that stuff touch. You're supposed to bathe that. So within our tradition of a people, we are a clean people. But then what happens with our people on this side, right? Specifically, the women of our nation in this case, they take showers. Most women in this society don't sit their ass in no hot water. Okay, they don't sit their ass in water with some essential oils and then rub different oils within their skin and then do different things to make sure that their pH level is on point. Most of our women don't do that. That's why they do the blame game. Well, it's your fault. How the fuck is it my fault? This idea that women have painted in their heads that it's a man's fault that throws off the pH balance of women is that's a weak argument when most men out here aren't having sex. See, the problem again too is as a woman, you're not supposed to have multiple partners. You're not even supposed to have more than one partner in your life. If who you lost your virginity to, that's your husband. Anything outside of that is adultery and whoredom, right? But the scriptures say that what we are, this is an adulterous generation, so that goes without being said, all right? But the reality of it all is that we're so much further than a woman just, okay, I'm having sex with this man and the relationship didn't end, and then I'm with this man and I'm having sex with him, and that's where I'm at. These women nowadays, they're cheaters, okay? They sleep around. They have multiple men. They go from, I've watched videos where women will say they will leave one man's house and go to another man's house and go have sex with that man. This is a normal thing out here. This is just the reality of it all is. And if it doesn't apply, as the saying goes, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But the idea of that this is not reality because of maybe one or two of you, that doesn't stop the message, because this is biblical here. Okay? So here it is. We got our women out here. They live, they're basically pirates and live like truckers. Okay? They don't sit down in baths. They take showers or whole baths, right? They eat terrible diets. They eat abominable foods. All right. They eat crab and shrimp boils 3-4 times a week. They don't drink water. They don't eat fruits and vegetables. Hell, a lot of you women are beer drinkers. Again, I've been around women, man. Okay. Matter of fact, I could go out. I'm not gonna put my own personal life or my family's business life out there, but my wife and me and our business, we deal with women. And the smell, listen, man, the smells that women carry just because of a little bit of heat outside, and we're about to go into the summertime. We're about to go into the summertime, and then them smells gonna come stronger. Because why? Women don't bathe. Like I said, they don't sit in water. They eat a bunch of seafood boils. They eat a bunch of pork. They don't eat very alkaline diets. They don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. These women eat a bunch of candy. They drink a lot of sodas. They and so on and so forth. So again, this scripture says, and instead of the place of sweet spices, so you're supposed to smell like cinnamons and frankincense and myrrh and lavender and rosemary, and all of these different things are supposed to, and because they absorb into your skin. Okay, avocado oils, different oils, rose hip oils. These things, even rose hip oil is an oil that is very antibacterial. See, these are things that most women don't know because why? Most women have been raised by other women that weren't ladylike. Okay, so instead of sweet spices, will be an evil smell, and that's what that is, man. That smell, man, smelly box. And anybody that knows this is what blows women mind away. You see this sometimes on comment boards. Anybody that's ever worked anywhere with a public bathroom, where there's a woman's bathroom and a men's bathroom, I promise you, I would rather clean the men's bathroom 10 out of 10 times. Period. 10, anybody that's ever worked in a restaurant, the mall, anywhere, you would rather clean the men's bathroom because people be like, well, men are nasty. Listen, are you gonna go into that men's bathroom and there might be a little bit of piss on the toilet, piss on the, like that, and so on and so forth. Men might fart, shit like that. The same differences in the other bathroom. But man, when you go in that women's bathroom, you gotta prepare yourself for whatever may come when you walk in there. I've walked into women's bathrooms because a lot of women are disgusting creatures. It's disgusting. That's why scriptures say it is better to not even touch a woman in these days, because these aren't women. See, we went from having women that soaked themselves in oils and took care of themselves and treated their body like a temple. Now these women treat their bodies like bandos and crack houses. Okay? You go in a woman's bathroom, there'd be blood and tampons stuck all over the place. The smell, you open that door and the woof. Okay? And you women here, you know it's the truth too. Like smelly box, I'll take any smell. I remember when I was younger, there was a part of town where a slaughterhouse was. Driving past slaughterhouses, actually, or you be on a highway and a truck full of farm animals go by. That smell is way better than the smell of a smelly box, man. That's why the scripture here says it shall be an evil smell. That smell is wicked. And then and then they were shaming this woman, trying to be mad at the woman because you decided, this woman, whoever this was in planet Earth in America, thought it was a brilliant idea to take her smelly box to this woman's business and open her legs up for a service. That's disgusting. That's disrespectful. And as the scriptures say, it's evil. Okay? Now let's get a few more versions of it. I'm going to go to the Bible Hub. All right. Bear me 1 second. Where's it at? Verse 24. Boom, 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 boom. This is the NLT, the New Living Translation. Same verse, and it says, and instead of a smell of sweet perfume. See, when the last time you was around a woman and just in public? This is a rarity. This doesn't happen where you be like, she smell good. See, women don't understand these things. It be the things like that'll captivate you, man. Like a certain fragrance that a woman wears. You like, whew. It be like Le Pepe Le Pew. Like you be trapped in. They got them hot points in the smell, and they be like, man, I'm in love. It ain't like that no more. Okay? So it says, instead of a smell of sweet perfume, she will stink. English Standard Version. Instead of a perfume, there will be a rottenness. You hear these words? A rottenness. Like just straight, what the fuck is that, man? What the fuck is that smell? Fucking Harper from The Best Man, if you remember that movie. He was like, man, what the fuck is that smell? Okay? All right. This was a mark of judgment that the Lord put on our women because of the lifestyles that they are living is evil, and it deserves this. Okay? It deserves to be shamed. It deserves to be you should be, oh, listen to this one. The NASB 1995. And now when it will come about that instead of a sweet perfume, there will be a putrefaction. What is a putrefaction? The process of decay or rotting in the body of other organic material. Like you smell like death. Okay? So again, this is something that is a mark of an adulterous woman. This is the mark of a terrible a diet woman, and all of these things, man. This is a woman that sleeps around, cheats around, and I'm gonna tell you too. That's another good way too. Not to say that every time it's true in that regard, because sometimes things do happen. You know, a woman body can be thrown off by a change of soap. That's why you got to be mindful too as a man when you're dealing with your woman, which it is true. You got to be mindful of the soaps that you're using, because you're using certain soaps that you're washing yourself with, and then when you go to deal with your woman, what are you doing? You're inserting that same skin, because this is skin, into your woman, and what happens? You can throw it off. So it is, you got to be mindful. Certain soaps, I don't personally like to use certain cheap bar soaps, because of the, certain soaps, like you want to make sure that certain soaps have a certain level of alkalineness or acidity. You got to be mindful of all of these things. I don't want to misquote and tell you which one you want to look into, but you want to make sure these things. These are the things that keep the everything in order. Okay, you want to make sure you're bathing. Your diet as a man is on point, because it is truth to that. But at the same time, that ain't, if you doing all those things, and it ain't never been that problem, but now all of a sudden your woman is dealing with different BV, and her pH is off and all of these different things, it's a possibility that she's stepping out on you. That's one way to tell if your woman is cheating on you. That's that when if you've been with your if you've been with your woman for some years, and out of nowhere some things, you might want to take a step back and what the hell is going on? And if she ain't got a good excuse or good reasoning behind it, you might want to consider watch. Okay, so again, these I just wanted to touch on these and show you how this is a problem that everybody notices, man. And watching when this world shuts down, man. All right, I'm gonna close up my phone. My laptop is about to die. But watch when the world shuts down and water is a scarce resource. Soap is a scarce resource. Okay? When these things become true scarcities in this world, imagine the stenches that's gonna come from these. See, these women, a lot of these women stink with running water. And you can go get you a different type of monostat 7s, and you can go different type of boric acid and different things to make sure that your kitty cat is on point. But imagine when you can't go to the store and go get these things. That smell is gonna be outrageous, man. Okay. Hey, so with that, smell shaming is biblical. Hey, so with that, I pray this quick lesson was edifying. Yeah, my light going out. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. So with that, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwarash. And until next time, Shalom.